everyone in Edmonton wants to talk about their goaltending issues. And I see repeatedly on social media Oilers fans saying, go get Juuse Saros. That's the guy to go trade for. That's who's going to fix all of our goaltending issues. First off, you have to fix your own end. That attention to detail and commitment to defend has not been there. And I think the Oilers have sorely missed the input of assistant coach Paul Coffey, who moved on and went back to his advisor role within the organization after last season. Look, he has an edge to him. He certainly brings a snarl to the bench, but the Oilers got some of their best productivity and defense with Paul Coffey as their coach. So cleaning up their own game defensively in their own end is going to help whoever is in net. But if you're convinced that Stuart Skinner is not the answer, and I think we've seen enough of a sample size to be able to even at least ask that question, 118 games started for Stuart Skinner over the last 3 seasons, and his save percentage is exactly .900, so slightly below league average. And you could say league average goaltending isn't bringing a Stanley Cup to Edmonton, and you might be right, although his playoff numbers are pretty good. And as my pal Bob Stauffer pointed out recently on Edmonton Radio, he did outduel Jake Ottinger, unequivocally one of the best goalies in the league, in back-to-back Western Conference finals to help get the Oilers to the Stanley Cup final. But what's out there? This is an Edmonton team that doesn't have a ton of cap space, that doesn't have really much to trade in terms of prospects. So how do you go out and acquire a goalie, and is Saros the answer? I know there's not a teeming goalie market, but Saros wouldn't be the choice for me for a number of reasons. One, he's entering or he's in the first year of an 8-year contract that will take him all the way until age 39. 2, his numbers have not been good for 2 consecutive seasons now, this one and last. And 3, from an overall holistic perspective, for a team that doesn't really have the cap space and hasn't devoted the cap space to goaltending, in a lot of ways, what you have is what you get with Stuart Skinner and what they can afford to pay on their cap the last few years. That's sort of been what they've been left with. Is if you're going to devote twice as much cap space to goaltending, is Juuse Saros at 5'11", is he the answer? He had a track record for a long time as one of the best goalies in the league and the backbone to the Preds franchise. But when it comes to his size and ability to win when it comes to the playoffs, that's the big question that everyone asks about Saros. Does he make you any more comfortable if you're an Oiler fan, given the price and the commitment on your cap? I don't know that he does enough for me to warrant that type of acquisition. And then the next question is there a price to that acquisition? Yes, we know the goaltending market is thin. This is just my view. The way I see it from 30,000 feet is the Nashville Predators should have to pay you to take on Juuse Saros' deal, given how much is remaining on it and given how poor the play has been of late.